So there's a trend going on social media, and it all started when someone posted on their social media account a certain Gaius Flavius. We assume he's from the Roman area, not era, although maybe he pretends to be. Posted just a very simple comment on one of his videos saying, you know, everybody, people think about the Roman Empire, especially men think about the Roman Empire way more than you expect. And that's just a very simple comment. And so suddenly, everybody, especially people's wives or girlfriends or those type of people in their life, will go up to the men that they know and suddenly ask them while filming, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? And in almost all the videos, the men don't really miss a beat. They'll think about it for a second, be like, okay, I guess I'll answer because obviously you're doing some sort of bit here, so I'll play along. And they'll be like, oh, you know, a couple times a week, or, you know, I think about it usually once a day, or they go really quickly, and, oh, I think about it quite a few times usually these days, like something like that, very quickly. And the response has been a lot of people have been flabbergasted. They're like, wait, why are so many people, men especially, thinking about the Roman Empire? This has blown up millions and millions and millions of views just on one video alone, but not to mention all the videos in collected together. And the reason why people can't really say, even the men, now they're like, well, they had good tactics and they had good history, and there's still some relevance nowadays. We still have a lot of Roman ideas around us, transportation of water, road building, war strategies, etc., etc. But there's no real good reason. It's just a phenomenon that, especially in this trend, men tend to think about the Roman Empire at a higher rate than not men.
Well put.
Yes. And when this has been brought into other cultures that may not have had as much involvement with the Roman Empire, namely Korean men, the response has been quite cold. Roman Empire? What? Why would I think about them? That type of response. So quite normal for Western men to think about it, and quite abnormal for anyone else, apparently. Again, this phenomenon has not been explained, but it is entertaining, apparently. Yeah. Well, this is the first time you've heard about it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I've got a number of questions. Like, are most of these men being filmed, are they white? Yeah, they're mostly white. And they're mostly either American or British or European.
English speaking, yes.
English speaking nations.
Or from
what about
European nations.
France and Germany and maybe them?
You're going too deep for me. I've seen 2 of these videos. I just noticed it was a trend. According to the article, it's men around the Western world, so I'm just going to assume there has been some English-speaking ones about. But I feel like if you're Italian, you do think about the Roman Empire a bit more.
Yes, surely the Italians, it being their actual, you know, the
they
basis
can't escape it.
of the core history.
They're just walking around and there's a Roman ruin next to them. Yeah, which is so cool, by the way. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. What are your other questions? White males from typically English-speaking countries.
I bet they're also straight and cis men. Yeah, I think that's who it appeals to the most, I imagine. But yeah, right. It's not surprising to me that people outside of that straight, white, cis, heterosexual men group probably don't really consider the Roman Empire that much.
As much, yeah.
Because I can see it not being as appealing to them.
Yes.
Or them picking other cultures and countries over the Romans.
Yeah, it's we need a larger sample size.
I demand proper testing subjects. I want randomized distribution.
There's a problem in science called, I believe it's called weird. White, I don't know what I stands for. Educated, I believe it means Republican, or no. Educated, something, and Democrat.
Republican and Democrat?
Maybe Republican and Democrat, and it's saying the sample sizes that science uses are typically these ones. They're typically younger, in college, white, educated, and of a certain political persuasion. So I wonder if this is the same study size. Pretty weird. Now, you said you enjoy history.
I
Do you
do.
enjoy studying it, or do you just enjoy hearing about it?
I enjoy studying it. Yeah, I loved it at school. I've had books, at home. I used to love reading about it when I was a kid. It's just always fascinated me. Yeah, love history.
Now, this article doesn't talk about Egypt, I'm sorry. But if you could go to the Roman Empire, what part would you want to see the most?
If I could go, I would have to be really careful because I'm a woman. And women didn't have that many rights in ancient Rome, so I would definitely want to go somewhere with a man from the modern day to protect me from the Roman men
Hopefully
and
from
the Roman police force from trying to restrict my movements and behaviour and dress and so on and so on. I'd love to go to somewhere where I could just pop up, open up the gates to free all the slaves and let them run free, and that would be great. Maybe the safest place would be like somewhere on the outskirts of the empire where the actual forces are not really getting involved too much. Maybe actually the British Isles would be a great place to be in Roman times because it wasn't sort of the epicenter of Roman control, so it might actually be quite chilled out and cool. Although I would still be an underclass being a British person in the Roman Empire.
I mean, we've come a long way and we have a long way to go, but go back in time and being a woman is not going to be the greatest.
Yeah, you'd have to be really careful.
Yeah, or bring a lot of guns with you.
Or disguise yourself as a guy. That might be helpful.
Well,
I could do that.
You've done drag before.
I have. I've got some, fake facial hair. We could try and work it out.
Yeah, we have better technology now. Wow. Well, where would you guys go? Not just the Roman Empire, but anywhere in history. Where would you guys want to see the most and why? And let's just assume you will stay safe while you are there. But what we won't be doing is staying our minds. What we want to do is activate them, go down below, read that vocabulary, and try to memorize it, or at least use it in the sentences for questions next time, or in your everyday life. And
There's some fantastic high-level vocabulary in there.
Nonchalant.
Thrice, elucidate.
Ooh,
You
elucidate's a
need
good
to start
one.
using these words. You need to.
Yeah, that's pretty far-fetched, though. See you guys next time. Bye.
Demise.
Demise.
Elucidate.
Elucidate.
Nonchalant.
Nonchalant.
Thrice.
Thrice.
Far-fetched.
Far-fetched.